Welcome back to the John Mendola Show here on WILK, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Well, we shuffled out the Lakeland girls soccer team, and now we shuffle in the Dunmore Lady Buck soccer team here on the show. And great to catch up and talk a little soccer. Is now we have the number one team in AA in studio with us. So welcome in Matt DeVivo, the head coach. And Matt, welcome in, and great to see the ladies again.
Thank you for having us.
Well, let's talk about your run this year. It's been a great run, and earning that number one seed, challenging, but you did it. Let's talk about this great team that you have.
It was definitely very, very challenging to get there 13-0. It's something special. It's not something that happens very often. We took every game, every day, one day at a time. We didn't overlook anyone, and we moved forward as best as we could.
And you have a lot of sister combinations on this team, a lot of relatives. It's a close-knit group, so I guess you don't have to worry about that part of it. Everybody's pretty tight on this group, and they all get along.
They are. We have a lot of family members on the team. We have 3 Nolans, 4 Kors, 2 Pavlowskis. I'm probably forgetting a few.
Well, we'll get corrected by the girls. They'll probably tell us what's up, that's for sure. More offensive-oriented or defensive-oriented this year?
Coming into this year, I wanted to be more offensive-orientated. I felt that we had a good group of athletes that could play defense, and offense is a weak point of mine, and I wanted to correct that going into the season. So I tried to focus all my efforts on putting the ball in the back of the net.
All right, and we're going to talk with Summer Checkeye. Tell us a little bit about Summer, what she does for you out there on the field.
Summer is our voice out in the field and off the field too. She commands the midfield. She moves players around. When she comes off for a breather, we talk strategy, and then I send her out with game plans and adjustments, and it's her responsibility to communicate that to the rest of the team.
All right, let's welcome in Summer Checkeye here on the John Mendola Show. And Summer, welcome in, and got to see you at our Carol and Janelle more than a week ago, and the ladies, and now you welcome into the studio. And what's it like for your team to be the one seed? Do you feeling the pressure, or is it kind of like, okay, now it's our turn to kind of go play our best soccer at this point when the playoffs are here?
I'm kind of feeling the pressure. It's very exciting to be the number one seed. You know, I've never had that feeling before. But our team's very strong, so I'm very confident in the way we're going to play, and I hope it turns out good for us.
Let's talk about those positives on your team. You're out there seeing things. Tell us about the things that you think this Lady Buck team does well.
We're a very strong defensive team, and I feel like we're very hard to break in the defense. And we have very fast forward, Jillian Kaur. She's probably going to be our goal scorer, and I have very, very high confidence in her. We're going to look for the long ball and probably send her up there for her to score.
And you have a keeper who's pretty cerebral. She's pretty darn good in the classroom. Talk a little bit about her being able to kind of gauge things, because that's very important, knowing when the ball's coming. Do I go get it? Do I stay? What do I do?
Well, that's all her. I don't really know what goes through her mind, but she does a very good job back there. You know, she's a goalie. She sees the whole field. She always knows what's going on. She always, has a good idea of what's coming to her. I feel very confident with her in the back. I never worry. She has some close calls back there, but she makes them, so I'm always happy with the way she performs.
And what do we get out of Summer? Talk about what you do out there and your communication skills that you have.
Well, I think everybody knows me on the team as the loud one. I think that's just what it's come to. I don't know, I get along good with all the girls, so it's easy just to, help them through whenever they need help with something, or I see the field very well, so I know the game. It's good to, help them when they need it.
Future endeavors for you, and there's some young ladies on this team that really have some high aspirations. Talk about what you're planning on for 2017.
Well, for 2017, I definitely plan on going to college. I'm going to leave the team, sadly, but I know I'm leaving it in good hands. I know the freshmen are going to step up, and the juniors that we have, I know they're going to be good captains when they're seniors, so I don't have a problem with leaving the team. I know it's in good hands, and the coach, of course, he's not going anywhere, so I have very, very high confidence in all of them for their next season.
And you mentioned those underclassmen, which are are helping this team become even better this year through those playoffs. So, Summer, thank you so much for coming in, and we wish you the best in your future endeavors.
All right, thank you.
Okay, that's Summer Checkeye from the Dunmore Lady Bucks here on the John Mendola Show. Coach Grace Nolan, tell us a little bit about Grace before we check in with her this morning.
Grace is also a midfielder. She plays right next to Summer. Grace also has been stepping up for us. I've been moving her around the field. We had the injury bug through the middle of the season, and she moved around for me. She navigated the field. She played multiple positions for me, and she held our defense together when we needed it.
Well, let's welcome in Grace Nolan here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. And Grace, let's talk about your role this year on the team.
I think my role as a captain is basically trying to guide everyone else what to do and to put strategies in their head and to have our team play as the best that we can. And
being able to play with your sisters, I'm sure, is fun. Take us through that.
Yeah, I mean, I have a twin on the team, Elizabeth Nolan, and I also have a younger sister who's stepping up as a freshman this year. It's definitely crazy having all three of us on the team. Definitely once-in-a-lifetime experience, I think, because it's just a great experience playing with all of them together.
And I'm sure the folks like that to be able to go to just one game.
Oh, absolutely. My dad is probably the loudest one in the stands at all times, and they just love coming to see us play.
And how about for you, your future plans for 2017? What are you thinking about?
I definitely am going to go to college in 2017. I'm looking to be a math secondary education teacher, so hopefully my future endeavors will have something to do with that.
And there's still some business to be done out there on the soccer field. Do you like your chances with these playoffs?
I do. We saw the bracket and looking pretty strong. Of course, everyone's really nervous at this point, but we're looking to just take it one game at a time and look forward instead of looking back and just having a really good playoff season.
Well, it sounds like a good nervous. Between you and Summer, it's not an overconfidence, so hopefully that'll all work out on the field. We wish you the best, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, Grace Nolan and, of course, Summer Checkeye there from the Dunmore Lady Buck soccer team. We're going to come back. We still have a handful more ladies to talk to, along with Coach Matt DeVivo here on the show. It's 10:42 here at WILK. Some great games last night in high school football locally, and there's a couple more going on today, including West Scranton and Scranton Prep. Maybe the matchup of the week, of the weekend, that is, that game today will be a 2 o'clock start. When we come back here on the show, we'll talk more Dunmore Lady Bucks soccer. Let's head out now to our local State Farm insurance agent, Jen Ricky Lupole. Break like a good neighbor. Jen Ricky Lupole is there. We'll be back here in WILK. Welcome back to the John Mendola Show here on WILK. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. 10:46 in the morning, continuing the conversation with the Dunmore Lady Buck soccer team, and head coach Matt DeVivo with us and some of the ladies. And Matt, we're going to get over with Emily Pavlovsky. Let's talk about her on the field.
Emily is the captain of our defense. She plays the middle of the field. She moves our defenders around up and down the field, whether we're running offside traps or whether we have to rotate. She's in command back there.
All right. Well, let's welcome in Emily and see how much command she has. Emily, welcome into the show, and let's talk about this team this year. And a lot of great soccer has been played in the Lackawanna Conference with you and your teammates.
Yeah, I'm very confident in them. We stepped up this year. We haven't really won many years. And we have a lot of new girls in the back, and I have a lot of confidence in Elizabeth as our goalie. She saves everything.
How about the type of players you have? I mean, I think Summer alluded to it a little bit. Some of these younger players that are on the team and the next generation of players there at Dunmore, and it's a pretty good mix this year, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of returning starters, but we added a lot of freshmen in. They all played with us when they were younger, and they all want to win.
How about your role? Talk about the job that the coach says, listen, you got to do this and do it well. What do you do?
They all pretty much listen to me, because if they don't, I say it over and over and over again, and they get annoyed with me. So I just tell them where to go, what to do, and they listen, and we trap all their offense.
How about as far as your biggest fans out there for you? Who comes out and supports you at the games?
My mom and my dad are always there. My little brother is usually the ball boy, and my aunt and uncle come to almost every game.
Great to hear. How about for you? What are you planning for the next step after high school?
I'm planning on going to college. I want to be an orthodontist when I'm older, so I hope wherever I go, that's where I end up.
Well, sounds like big plans. We wish you the best of luck, and thanks for coming in, Emily.
Thank you.
All right, let's move along here on the John Mendola Show as we continue to talk about the Dunmore Lady Bucks. Coach, what could you tell us about Kathleen Core?
Kathleen Core plays the right wing for me. She runs up and down the field for 70, 80 minutes a game. She helps us move the ball down the field and get the ball to our goal scorers.
All right, let's welcome in Kathleen Core here on the show. And Kathleen, talk about being so fit and being able to run up and down that field.
I've been training a lot with track and soccer, so it's gotten a lot easier with the running. And I'm just kind of used to it because me and my sisters were really active in sports, so it's not really that hard for us.
And that's good to hear, and every soccer coach, I'm sure, loves to hear that you're able to keep it going. Talk about some of the people that are coming in and spelling some of the players from time to time to make sure that they're giving some fresh energy there at Dunmore.
All of our starters are really, energetic, and so when we have all of these freshmen coming in and they play just like their upperclassmen, everyone's always ready to play, and we work really well together.
How about some players around you that you enjoy playing with? Take us through maybe a few that aren't even here today that you like to see out there on the field, and you're glad they're on your team.
Of course, I love playing with my family. My cousin Jillian starts, and I have two sisters that also start, Emma and Caroline. And besides them, we also have a lot of players that we know really well, like Ione Vetsko and Fiona Jordan. It's always fun to watch them play because they're really experienced, and I think we all work really well together.
How about 2017 for you? Life after high school, Kathleen, what do you have planned?
I'm planning on going to college, and I want to major in biology.
All right. Well, keep up the success in the classroom and, of course, through these playoffs that are coming up next week.
Thank you.
All right, Kathleen Core from the Dunmore Lady Bucks. We have one more player to get to, and Coach Elizabeth Nolan really is the steady, I guess, for you. Tell us a little bit about what she means to this team.
Liz is definitely our rock back there. She's allowed 5 goals this season, 8 shutouts. She really holds the fort down for us.
And you always need somebody like that. Elizabeth Nolan, welcome into the show. And Liz, let's talk a little bit about being the position you're in and having some great defense in front of you.
Yeah, as a goalkeeper, one of the things I really know is that I can see the whole field, and that's one of the advantages I have over the team. So I make sure I'm very vocal, so I tell everyone what's going on the field. That's one of my goals as a goalkeeper, and the defense in front of me makes it a lot easier. We have Emily Pawlowski, we have Fiona Jordan, Mia Chero, and Lexi Fangio, so they always make it easier.
How hard or easy is it to kind of, talk to your sisters out there on the field or tell them what's going on? Because every relationship's a little different, and tell us a little bit about that.
Playing with my sisters on the field is definitely an advantage, I would say. Every team says they have chemistry, but because we have so many siblings on the field, it's like physical chemistry. So that makes it a lot easier to get everything done on the field.
And as far as being such a tough defense this year there at Dunmore, not giving up many goals and having all those shutouts, it's likely that you're now going to enter those playoffs, and maybe the first game or two could be a little lopsided, so you hope, but you're going to probably get into some of these 2-1 or 1-0 games, or even coming down to PKs. Mentally, you've got to be prepared for that.
Yes, it's definitely a mentality game, soccer, and especially being from the goalkeeper standpoint, knowing that if you make one mistake, that could be the game. So you definitely have to go into every game with a hard head and make sure you're focused on every save.
Not that we want to give away your secrets as to what you look for if you do get into a penalty kick situation, but there's always little tips that somebody in your position could kind of pick up on. Talk about how you approach that to say, okay, there's probably going to be 1 or 2 that goes in. It's going to be a difference, usually a 1 goal though in that situation.
It's definitely hard. Goalkeepers, one of the hardest things is getting back up after a goal scored on you. So it's definitely something that I struggle with. I'm guessing every goalkeeper struggles with, but you just got to know that there's still so much time left, and your team can still, make a good play and put you back in the game.
I know you have some big plans for 2017. Talk about what's next for you in your career.
I definitely plan on going to college. I plan on majoring or going to be a physician assistant. So that's what I'm looking forward to for the future.
All right. Well, go get them in the playoffs.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Elizabeth Nolan from the Dunmore Lady Buck soccer team. And, of course, all the young ladies who came in today and Coach Matt DeVivo, we wish them the best. The number 1 seed in District 2 AA. We come back here on the John Mendola Show. We'll talk about some of the last night's football games, and we'll talk about what's going on today with some of those games that are going on. Of course, there's some local colleges are happening today and dealing a little bit with this weather this weekend, but it's been a pretty darn good run. Follow us on Twitter at John Mendola Show. I want to thank our friends at Mendocino's Pizza and Ristorante located in Daleville. Let's head out now to our local State Farm insurance agent, Jen Ricky Loophole Break. Like a good neighbor, Jen Ricky Loophole is there. We'll be back here on WILK.